Hi, I'm Jesse Miles, and I want to help you create the freedom to pursue your own great adventure and live life your way. I'm an artist, adventurer, and entrepreneur. I spend my time creating and exploring and teaching. And today I want to talk about why you should do your thing your way.
Go on an adventure, go on an adventure, go on.
There's a band I used to listen to called Pavement, and they had a song called We Are Underused. And that title used to always strike me because for so much of my adult life, I felt hugely underused. I felt like my talents weren't being used. I felt like my gifts were just useless, like they weren't being used by the world. And that's a terrible feeling. Over 80% of Americans are dissatisfied in their jobs. Over 80%. That's not great. That means that there's 80% of people that feel that their talents and their gifts are not being adequately used by the world. The person who will use your talents and your gifts adequately and donate them to the world in the best way possible is you. It's not your boss, it's you. You will use your talents and your gifts to the best of your ability, I hope. And the only way that you can do that is if you create the freedom to do that. You need to create the freedom so that you can then create your own adventure. And when you donate your time and your gifts and your talents to your own adventure, 100%, it can be the most satisfying thing in your life. Taking one of your ideas and creating them, manifesting them into reality so they exist in the real world for other people to experience, it can be one of the most rewarding and satisfying experiences that you could possibly create for yourself. And I highly recommend that you pursue that path. If you're someone driven with a vision, you should find out how far that vision can go. All of my transformations have happened through music. I write an album that encapsulates who I am, and then when I release it, I'm free from that version. And I realize, whoa, that's gone. I saved who I was in that album. I'm free to be whoever I want now. I could be something new now. That version of me will always exist in that album of songs. I don't have to be that anymore. I could be whoever I want now. And then I become something else. And I make a new album that encapsulates that person, that version of me. And then I release that. And I go, wow, I could be whoever I want now. And every time I do that, I'm able to peel off a layer and start something new. It's amazing. And I know that art can do that for artists. I know that it's an avenue, it's a vehicle for transformation. I think that more people need to create activities that release baggage. Let it go. An activity that actually releases the past. It's gone. 10 songs. Those 2 years are gone. 12 songs. 2 more years. Don't have to carry those anymore. It's amazing. Highly recommended to everyone. I think it's really important to do your thing your way and be a little bit stubborn about your vision. I think a lot of these types of people have a really difficult time working at a job and just doing something on someone else's terms day in and day out that doesn't resonate with them. These people, artists and entrepreneurs specifically, they need to stamp their brand on the world. That's what they're motivated to do. That's what they're passionate about. They want to take who they are and bring it to life in the world. I always say that art is business and business is art. They are interchangeable. They're both manifesting. They're both creating. Entrepreneurs and artists, what they have in common is the urge to create something and see it in the real world manifested, in reality, bring it to life. They have an idea and then they birth it. They bring it to life. They create it. And then it exists in the world for all of us. And whether that is an album by the Beatles that we can all listen to, or a business by an entrepreneur that we can all visit and shop at, it's a similar process of creation and manifestation. And for people who are creators and manifestors, I think it's really hard to shove your star-shaped peg into some square hole and feel satisfied in that. I think that everyone has a life's task. I think everyone has a mission that they're driven to accomplish during this life. And the first stage of life is exploring and trying to figure out who you are and what your mission in life is. What is my task, you know? And for some people, it could be working really hard and raising a family. It could be manifesting your art into creation. It could be working as a doctor and saving lives. Different people have different drives, and you pay attention to the clues in your life, you know, as you go through and you realize, oh, you know what? I think that's what I'm interested in. You follow that interest and it leads you to something else. And as you follow your interest and it leads the way, you realize who you are and what your life's task could be. and you create that life's task for yourself. Or an opportunity is given to you that you say yes to, and then that becomes part of your mission. I don't think anyone has just one thing they need to do with their life, but I think that what leads to really fulfilling long-term satisfaction is the feeling that you are in line with your values and you're aligned with your life purpose, your life mission, your life task. And the Maslow's hierarchy of needs that's taught in most high school health classes, it really illustrates this idea, because on the bottom levels you have basic physical survival needs. You've got food, water, shelter, and then you've got your love and belonging and your sense of security, and then you have your sense of self, which comes from self-esteem, comes from the activities you're involved in, and then at the very peak of the pyramid you have self-actualization. And what self-actualization is the discovery and pursuit of your great adventure. Self-actualization, the tip of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, what it is it is the discovery and the self-motivated pursuit of your life's purpose or your life's task. That's what self-actualization is you're actualizing who you are. For my wife, I think that her life mission is just to spread love and joy daily, because she's just a bright star of sunshine. And I think that her life mission is just to daily spread love and joy, which she does so naturally. If you're aligned with your life task and your life purpose, it shouldn't be work. It should be fun. It should be the thing that you're naturally driven to do. And you should do it your way, because what way could be a better fit for you than your way? If you try to take your star-shaped peg and shove it into some random square hole, it doesn't do any good for you, because there's all sorts of a fit that you're not getting. And then it doesn't really do any good for them, because there's all sorts of gaps and space that they need that you can't fulfill. I think that it's important for people that are creators to find a way to do things their way. And that's what my channel is really all about. I have a soft spot for artists and adventurers and entrepreneurs, any creator, and I want them to have the freedom to pursue their own great adventure. I want them to deal with the practical so that they can pursue the creative. I know that there is the classic starving artist stereotype for a reason, and a lot of these people with just a small dose of practicality could be far more successful within their projects, because they would be less stressed, they could relax, they could enjoy the project. They could deal with the practical and then have all of themselves completely available and focused to do what's important to them. If you look at Vincent Van Gogh, his brother paid the bills for him. His brother handled the bottom levels of the pyramid so that Vincent could just focus on painting. He sold like 2 paintings in his life, but he painted hundreds, and now he's a world-renowned artist. He never knew. He died without knowing. But what provided him the freedom to fulfill his life's task and his life's purpose was his brother paying his bills. So the money side is absolutely essential. The money side is essential for someone to focus on their art. What I want to do in this channel is help other artists and adventurers and entrepreneurs create financial freedom so that they can focus on doing what they do best, which is creating and exploring and innovating. I want to help them build what they want to build and do what they want to do, because I think it's important, because I think it's essential to the world that people finish their life's task and their life mission, and that they spend their time doing what's really important to them. I think it'll make a dramatic difference in the world if more people decide to do their thing, their way, and gain true satisfaction and fulfillment out of that. And then they can really donate some amazing gifts to the world, because they're putting 100% of them into their life's work. If you don't do your thing your way, then it won't exist that way. It'll never happen that way. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. I release videos every week about financial freedom and creating the tools to pursue your own great adventure and live life your way. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.